And I like to know exactly what gear was used on the recording of a lot of CDs, and they don't always write that. You kind of to guess. You see what they use live, you see what they endorse. That's not always what they use. Now for me, on this release, I used a Crank Revolution amp and a Mesa Boogie amp, and I actually widened into two of them. So I actually recorded both of them on separate tracks to give it a little floor sound. And the other guitar on the other side was an Angle Fireball, split into a Soldano Hot Rod amp. Soldano gave it a little more chunk, cut through a little more, and I would kind of blend the two sounds together. I also used a Line 6 Pod Pro for some of the clean settings, maybe a couple solos. But I'm a real tube amp guy, and I like the sound of tubes. Though I've used some solid state amps, and they're okay, but tubes, something about tubes, I just love tube sound. For this release, I used a bunch of different type of guitars. I used Killer, which is a Akira Takasaki model. It's a high-end model. They're out of Japan. If you've never heard about them, go check out Killer guitars because they're actually really good stuff. Expensive, but really good. For Dean guitars, I used Michael Schenker Signature, a Hardtail, a Cadillac. I also used a Dime Washburn V. I used a Gibson ES-135, a big hollow body for the cleaner sounds. I'm trying to think what else I used. Jackson USA Rhodes, Ibanez bass guitar. But I kept the main rhythms, also an ESP Eclipse. I kept the main rhythms to the Killer guitar. Some of the songs I used the Schenker a lot on. Really good sounding guitars. Came out good.